We are Brigitte and Hannes. For almost 3 years we have been sailing from the French Atlantic coast with our catamaran MariaNoa, a Lagoon 40, on the so-called barefoot route across the Atlantic, crisscrossing the Caribbean. MariaNoa is our only home. At the same time, it is a vehicle in which we want to feel safe, even in extreme situations. The 40 is the entry-level model from the market leader Lagoon. The Lagoon 40 offers a lot of living space and quality of stay for such a small ship. We feel very comfortable here. To create so much space in such a short length makes compromises in the performance. Catamarans are usually said to be comparatively fast. Unfortunately, this is not the case with our boat. Length runs. This also applies to catamarans. But length also costs money. You have to afford what you can and want. 3 years ago we did a walk around in our YouTube film number 8. We showed you our ship as we bought it in France, including Lagoon equipment and solar conversion. After 3 years of long journeys in this walk around, we would like to particularly point out the changes that are important for us on long journeys.
So gravity will not keep me down. The world will see the best of me, best of me.
You're a guilt trip, feeding me with all these lies I feel.
On long journeys, it is important to be independent of shore power. A generator, which firstly takes up space but also requires petrol, was also out of the question for us. So, right from the start, we equipped MariaNoa with a 2000 watt peak solar system. This is double blessing. It delivers almost unlimited energy in 7 lithium batteries with a total of 2100 ampere hours. At the same time, it provides generous shade in the cockpit.
You're still going on, but things I never did. Maybe you can't see that I'm hard.
Since the helm's seat was too low to be able to see the tips of our catamaran, we had the substructure raised by 10 centimeters. This increase can be removed again in case we want to restore the old seat height.
I feel sick. You're a bad choice that I made 5 years ago at some party in New York.
If the existing autopilot fails, you will have to steer manually. Very theoretical, because this is only possible for a very limited time. We installed a second identical autopilot to mirror the existing one. We already had to use it several times.
I know I'm a basket case you think should be alone, but I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. You're a nightmare, reminding me of who I am. I feel scared.
We now have 2 anchors on the foredeck. The standard 20 kilo Delta has been replaced by a 33 kilo Rogner and now only serves as an emergency anchor. Although we trust our Rogner, the situation can arise that MariaNoa slips while we are away and other sailors try to save the ship. Right next to the emergency anchor there is a note that the associated chain can be found in the starboard locker.
Why'd you leave me be? I know I'm a mess, but I don't need you to tell me. I can't change the things that happen.
We built a wooden box for the chain to make better use of the entire locker. It was a good decision only to install one drinking water tank because you can't have enough storage space. And it is better for the water maker anyhow to work constantly. We need space for bicycles and diving equipment, cables and hoses, pressure washer, stand-up paddles and kayaks, additional fenders and lines.
You can't see that I'm hard to hold.
We have installed a video camera in the masthead, which will make it easier for us to pass through coral banks in the future. The camera is new and we have not yet used it.
Be somebody that's good enough.
Because of the solar system, the end of the boom is difficult to reach. We have therefore permanently attached the preventer and integrated shock absorber. We can guide the preventer both sides to the winches of the parasailer.
Why are you still going on about things I never did? Maybe you can't see that I'm hard to hold.
The lazy jack provided by Lagoon was not worth its name. There was only a single line in the first third of the sail. Every time there was a huge chaos when retrieving the mainsail. We added more loops to the lazy bag and tied a new multi-part lazy jack. When setting the mainsail, the square head tends to get tangled up in these new lines. We therefore led the lazy jack in a V shape towards the ends of the spreader.
All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you.
Since the mast sliders broke out of the batten boxes of the sail battens, we glued threads into these. This improvement has now been incorporated into series production by the manufacturer.
My friends don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you. But I still let my friends don't.
The most changes have been made to the rear. We never used the mounting plate for the outboard motor. It has given way to a barbecue. The outboard motor remains permanently mounted on the dinghy. We need our dinghy daily and the outboarder is much too heavy to balance every night. The dinghy has wheels to pull it up on beaches, navigation lights for night trips and a blue cover because the relentless sun takes its toll even to a Hypalon high field after 3 years.
About what you think you know about me now. Yeah, I don't care how you feel. It doesn't.
Communication is important, very important. In addition to the VHF AIS antenna, we have 3 more antennas. The antenna for a Wi-Fi amplifier, the Iridium antenna and the Starlink antenna. With Starlink, everything has fundamentally changed. We have fast internet all over the globe, and if the company wouldn't depend on an individual, Iridium could be cancelled. To be on the safe side, we can continue to access the grip files for the weather software via Iridium satellites and call for help in an emergency. The ePerp, which we installed on the Iridium Go vis-a-vis, is also used for this purpose, so that both can be taken into the life raft in an emergency. During a safety exercise, it became clear that in an emergency the life raft cannot be taken out of the compartment provided for this purpose. This was not even possible while still being at anchor. We therefore tied it to the rear pulpit. That makes it easily accessible. The Jordan Series Dragio is now in the life raft compartment. The parachutes have been given an additional recovery line so that it can be brought back on board after use. The side retaining plates we had already installed in France. The water maker's control panel was initially mounted in the starboard engine compartment close to the water maker itself. While underway, the engine room is washed over by waves and cannot be opened. Since a water maker must be constantly checked, it cannot be used underway. This means that the water maker can only be used at anchor or in the marina. We moved the tableau to a protected area in front of the sliding door to the saloon.
Such a short time being alive, all this hardship and convenience makes it so hard to make sense. I will listen now, I will listen now, and I know it's just a matter of time before we tumble across the borderline. We can't go forward and we can't rewind. I will listen now, I will listen now. Hold on to something, if only a dream. Hold on to me. Better than nothing, how it really may seem. I'm gonna hold on to you. Just close your eyes. I can't believe we've been through this for so long. Pressure is on. You better step up. Probably stop right in the stupid zone. Just close your eyes and you'll be fine. Such a short time being alive, all this hardship and convenience makes it so hard to make sense. I will listen now, I will listen now, and I know it's just a matter of time before we tumble across the borderline. We can't go forward and we can't rewind. I will listen now, I will listen now. I will listen now, I will listen now.
At the navigation table, the empty box that Lagoon intended for a second plotter was removed. We navigate inside using an iPad from any point on the ship.
There's nothing wrong with that. Tripping, yeah, we all lose track. I wouldn't mind it if I find it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be an acrobat. I wouldn't mind it.
With 5 pressure switches, we switch fans in the bilges, the video camera in the masthead, and a Wi-Fi optimizer.
If I find it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be an acrobat. I wouldn't mind it. Should I find it? All my life, it's been up and down.
We have often had to open the panel behind the steering wheel to access various important installations. The panel is not screwed on, but since sockets and the radio are integrated into it, these had to be removed and reinstalled later each time. We simply sort the panel into 2 parts. The lower part with the installations now stays in place, while the upper part can be easily and quickly removed with one hand.
Didn't ask for any favors. It seems too late.
We recommend that every potential owner of any boat order 2 refrigerators. This not only gives you double capacity, but also the option of storing the food in one refrigerator when the other one needs to be defrosted. In warm regions, like those on the barefoot route, refrigerators ice up very quickly, so you defrost regularly.
You don't know me the way that I know you.
From the beginning, the gas oven in the galley gave way to an electric stove. Baking and cooking in a gas oven is ridiculous. Thanks to our large photovoltaic system and lithium batteries, electricity is no problem, at least when the sun is shining. So it is no problem to operate a toaster, an induction plate, a water boiler, a mixer and an ice cube machine. And my espresso machine.
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't have to be an acrobat.
We have also adapted some things in the saloon to our needs. We often use electrical devices or load our photo and film equipment on the saloon table. That's why we installed 2 sockets, 2 USB sockets and a connection for our freezer under the table.
Such a short time being alive. All this hardship and convenience makes it so hard to make sense. I will listen now. I will listen now. And I know it's just a matter of time before we tumble across the borderline. We can't go forward and we can't rewind. I will listen now. Just close your eyes. I can't believe we've been through this for so long. Pressure's on. You better step up. Probably stop playing the stupid song. Just close your eyes and you'll be fine. Such a short time being alive. All this hardship and convenience makes it so hard to make sense. I will listen now. I will listen now. And I know it's just a matter of time before we tumble across the borderline. We can't go forward and we can't rewind. I will listen now. I will listen now.
We retrofitted the manual toilet with an electric pump. So we now have a manual and an electric toilet on the ship. This is a good solution, even in the event of a power outage.
Hold on to something, if only a dream. Hold on to me. Better than nothing, how it really may seem. I'm gonna hold on. Hold on to you.
We have visitors quite often, but never more than 2 people. That's why we never need the front guest cabin. We use it as an additional storage space, especially when we are stockpiling groceries before a long journey like we do now. The washing machine is also installed here, one of our most important purchases.
It's hard to make sense. I will listen now. I will listen now. And I know it's just a matter of time before we tumble across the borderline. We can't go forward and we can't rewind. I will listen now. I will listen now.
Wir sind Brigitte und Hannes. Wir haben uns entschlossen, gemeinsam um die Welt zu segeln. Hierfür haben wir uns einen Katamaran, eine Lagoon 40 gekauft. Diese haben wir nach unseren Vorstellungen ausgerüstet und wohnlich eingerichtet. Denn MariaNoa ist für unbestimmte Zeit unser schwimmendes Zuhause. Mit MariaNoa sind wir von Les Sables an der französischen Atlantikküste über Gibraltar und den Kanaren auf die Barfußroute gestartet. Viele Abenteuer liegen vor uns, die wir mit euch teilen wollen.